Welcome back to the Progressive Auto Sales Center. This is Jake Cherski, and now my co-host is Jazzy J. Peckham.
What's going on, brother?
How are you? Thanks for joining us.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, brother. Yeah.
I flattened David's tires, so he couldn't make it.
Perfect. That's awesome.
And I brought Jason with us.
I was just wondering when the
it.
Dave bashing was going to start. That's the only reason I'm here.
No, it's never going to start. He's a good guy. But
No,
anyway.
Absolutely.
First of all, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you.
Thank you, man.
What are you thinking? What are you seeing?
Well, you know what? It's interesting because I love the London Knights games, but they are a different sort of game, right? Like altogether, they're a different game.
Yeah.
You get that rivalry thing, and you get to see some chippy play, and the tempers flaring a little bit. You see it, but honestly, I think tonight so far, first period, the pace is probably not as quick as I would have expected it to be.
Right.
But certainly we're up 1-0. That's always a good thing against London, right?
Absolutely.
But then shots on goal. We started off a little slow. I think we were down like 7-0 in shots on goal at one point. But certainly that second half of that period, we came back, put one in the net. It was awesome. Great goal by Jake Perreault.
Very nice. Stayed with it.
And that's the thing. I think, Dave and I have talked about that a lot of times. I love what I call persistent hockey. That's those, the guys come out and they want to be first to the puck, and then they don't give up until the whistle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even then, some of the times they don't quite stop, right?
Yeah.
And I love that kind of hockey. Those kind of goals where, 1, 2, 3 bounces or whatever, and then I love that kind of stuff. So, Jake, he's been really strong on those persistent goals.
Yeah.
I want to see a little more consistency out of Jake Perreault, I think, because, I think he clearly has all the skills that we need, 100%. But it kind of comes and goes. There are games where I'm like, where was Jacob Perreault? No, he played the game. I just didn't remember anything kind of standing out. And I think he's got the ability to be one of those kind of standout players all the time, right? So I'd like to see a little more from him. But I'm real happy. We're up in shots on goal. We're up in terms of score, and I'm pretty happy with that at this point. If we can keep playing that kind of hockey, I think we're going to be in good shape.
Well, if Jay Peckham's happy, we're all happy here, down here this afternoon. Speaking on a little bit of what you were saying about the pace, although the pace is a little slow, the flow of the game, that was a quick first period. There wasn't a lot of whistles, and it wasn't your normal chippiness. There's a little talking here and there, but they stayed to play hockey. And they're, if that can go through, we can all get out of here soon, hopefully with a win, and that would be awesome.
Well, and that would be awesome. And I think, as we get further into this, chippiness and tempers and stuff like that, we right now, we got so many guys out injured that, we can't afford to lose anybody else to stupid penalties and misconducts and injury. Heaven forbid we get more injury stuff going on, with Kammer and Hatch, or not Kammer, but Reeser and Reese and Hatcher, and these are some real heavy-duty producers for us, and with them out of the lineup, we just can't lose somebody else until we get some of them back, right?
Well, that was my next question for you. I was just talking. I was over there talking with Hot Wheels, and we were talking about the injuries, and the poorest thing, if you think about it, through suspension and injuries, they haven't really had their full lineup in the lineup for the whole season.
Yeah, exactly.
So what do you do at trade deadline? Do you sell and just kind of say next year we're going to have a good, we'll have a good team next year?
But we've been here before, though, right, Jake? We've been, this thing have been in this position before, where, we start off and on paper we look like we're ready to take the Mem Cup, but by the time we get through suspensions, injuries, stupidity, whatever else that happens, right? And we find ourselves, sort of early to midway through the season, and we're down a couple of key players, and we're playing from behind, and at that point you got to say thank goodness for some of these young guys, because we've had a couple of our young guys really stepping up to the plate. Theo Hill, done a terrific job for us. Anthony Tabak is providing some great forward power as well as some defensive play. I think there's a bunch of guys that really have stepped up to the plate that might not have gotten a chance to, if we had all our regular guys in the lineup. So, thank goodness for some of these kids, still learning the ropes. And I have to say, too, big shout out to Langer. I mean, our goaltending, for as much as strange as that's been, we have 3 really decent goalies. But thank goodness for that, right? Yeah. Because with Gocher out and stuff like that, or with Cooey out, right? Now we're down to where we started off really with Ethan Langevin, and Langer's been doing a terrific job. I mean, he's really captured a few games for us, I want to say. So my hat's off to him in a big way too. And even tonight, oh my goodness, couple of beautiful stays. Oh my God, saves, that one kind of clear breakaway and he's in there. Oh my goodness, it was a hell of a stop.
And you never know what happens, right? Knights get that goal, and then all of a sudden the heads hang. It's like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
And we're playing our butts off, and then all of a sudden they get a weak goal or something like that, and you're just like, ugh. And sometimes that takes the wind out of the sail for the rest of the game.
100%. And I think that's going to be the important point going into second period, right? Is sure, we got the lead now, but I think the game will be determined by whoever scores the next goal, right? If it's Sarnia, I think then we get to see some momentum. We get to see some good, strong forward hockey. But I think if it ends up going to the Knights, I'm fearful because we have had a habit of just kind of hanging our heads after the wrong goal at the wrong moment. We're on a high right now. Let's keep that sucker rolling. To take a hit right now would be a little more challenging, I think.
Well, Danny and I talked to that at the first at the pregame show. And,
sure.
How the Sting score in bunches. They have a tendency to score in bunches.
They do, 100%.
But when they don't score in bunches either. So it's one of those things where, again, if the Sting score again, maybe they, gives them that confidence where, hey, guess what? Tonight's one of the nights where we're scoring in bunches.
Yeah.
And maybe they go get 4 or 5, and hopefully, to allow 9 shots on that, that's about the average. That's about what you should be doing.
Yeah.
So, we have 3 more than them right now. So, again,
and that's
3
a good
more,
thing.
3 more is another 10.
12 9. A period, 12. I'd like to see about 15 shots on goal a period, so I think we're a little behind the mark at the moment.
Right.
45 shots in a game, I think is,
that's lots.
That's a good,
that's
that's
a good effort.
ratio.
You don't want that against you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, too many times we've been gotten way behind in the shot clock, and that's been a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. We've got about 4 minutes left here. Quick, I want to touch on a little junior hockey, little Team Canada junior hockey.
Team Canada.
What's your thought of that Russia game?
You know what? I haven't seen it, and I apologize profusely. Christmas has been a bit of a strange season for me this year. I had my kid in the ER for an afternoon, and Mom's in the hospital, and so we're struggling a little bit with that. So I missed the Russia game, but I desperately want to go catch the recap.
Well, they lost 6-0.
I heard, and after beating the U.S. like 6-4, I mean, what's up with that?
Yeah, I mean they can score, but I guess we'll have to wait what the outcome is. You know what? There's teams that won the gold medal without going undefeated in that tournament.
Sure.
It's just a matter of playing hard. Hopefully the boys can get their
We always have a skilled team, and we're always top 10%, top 5% at that tournament. And sometimes, honestly, I like taking a loss kind of early, you know what I mean? Because sometimes it's like a smarten up, you bunch of, like what are you doing? Like sure you beat the States 6-4. What now? You own the place.
Yeah.
Now we get to walk in with our swagger. You're laying it down, and you got your tushies handed to you. Like I mean, what's up with that? So sometimes that little smack in the face and. Get your head right.
I think it was
get out there, play some hockey.
In one of Aerosmith's lyrics, in one of their songs, you got to learn how to lose to win, or
something like that. Absolutely.
So no,
and I agree. I think if we translate that into the Sting, I think the Sting, as much as we have a habit of losing against weak teams and winning against top teams, I think that losing forms character.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? And I think that one of the things that we're going to have at the end of this season, regardless, is we're going to have a character team. We're going to have a team where people are going to recognize Sting style hockey in any barn. It's just that little bit different, that little bit, there's going to be some character to it. And that's you get that out of winning and losing, you know what I mean? You learn stuff about yourself, and I think having a good character team, that's important. That's one of the reasons I love junior hockey.
And with our core coming back too, we got lots to build from and with, and we can add a few here and sprinkle there.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah, we'll be in good shape.
Yeah.
But we only got 2 minutes left, so I'm going to let you close out the show.
100%. You're going to let me close out?
I'm going to let you close out the show today.
Wow.
I'm sharing the roles.
Sharing the burden. Okay, let me see if I can remember all this stuff.
Okay, so go ahead.
So
I'm not good at it. Anyway, I'll shut up and watch you just smile like I'm in awe.
Thanks, everybody, for David Burrows. On behalf of the Video Show Network, I am Jay Peckham, and I'm here with my good friend, Jake Cherski, and we're going to see you again at the next period. I don't know, Jake, you're going to have somebody on special?
Yeah, Dangerous Danny C.
Dangerous Danny C. So we'll see.
I can't do his last name.
Second period. Dangerous Danny's coming back.
Yeah.
And then as always, check with us post-show. Are you guys doing a post-show?
Yes, sir.
So we'll watch this post-show. We'll have an interview from downstairs. But until then, I'm Jay Peckham. We are up 1-0 on the lights after the first period. And we will talk to you soon.
Go Sting, go!
Go Sting, go!